Have you ever looked at your plate and thought, I'm eating so healthy, so why am I not feeling good? That happens to so many of us, and it has nothing to do with calories and macros. Sometimes it's what's actually on your plate. So I'm Jennifer Whitmire, and I help people use food as medicine to reduce inflammation, balance their blood sugar, and support healthy aging. So there are several things that we focus on when we look at a healthy plate or foods that build a healthier system. One, we look at gluten, sugar, dairy, fats, carbs, proteins, all those different things. We want to consider all of those. And if you're in my world, I don't want you doing gluten, I don't want you adding sugar, and I don't want you using dairy. And so sorry, I don't agree with those. If you have something chronic going on, we need to reduce those, eliminate those, see how you do, get you back feeling great, and then we can try to add those back. But if you have inflammation going on, we need to toss those out. But what I really prefer is crowding out and adding in. So what I mean by that, if I tell you to eat more greens, more cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, romaine, any of those things that are just green and wonderful for the body, wonderful for the cardiovascular system, wonderful for the brain, the whole body system will find the ones that are right for you, that taste good for you. If you focus on adding those in, you're going to naturally crowd out the things I don't want you to have in your diet, right? And so that's one of the main things I want to look at. But number two is focusing on color. That's me. I'm all about color. I want lots of different colors on your plates. And that's my number two rule. Always eat the rainbow. So every meal, look at it, see, are there colors here? What could have I done differently to add more color to this dish? You don't have to judge it. You don't have to get up and grab something to add it more colorful. Just look at it and say, what could I do differently? Because eventually, if you keep doing that, you're going to start adding more color before you sit down to eat it. Number one rule is always read the ingredients. Anything in a box, a bag, a can, just flip it over and read the ingredients so you know exactly what you're putting in your body. Number two is eat the rainbow. Next is eating more plants. We all need to eat more plants across the board. We know our plant foods are the only ones that contain fiber, and we have to have different forms of fiber for our gut microbes. If you're eating carnivore, you're not getting fiber. Well, maybe you're saying you feel better. That's great. It can be used short term to help heal the intestinal lining, but it's not meant to be long term. That's when you start developing issues. So after a while, you have to start adding those plant foods back in. Do you need to know about specific fibers? No. Eating diversity, eating different colors is going to help you get those different fibers that your body needs. So food is not just calories. Food is used to repair different things in our body. Like I said, removing those temporarily helps to heal the gut lining, but then we have to add them back to help with other repair systems. We have to use food to calm inflammation. We've heard about like turmeric being anti-inflammatory, but so are some of our other foods that you probably have in your refrigerator right now. We need plant foods to feed the microbes. I already talked about that. To support detoxification, but you say, I already have a liver and kidney, those function. We hear lots of doctors in the conventional world saying, don't focus on detox. You don't need to worry about detoxing. But how many people do you know have had gallstones or kidney stones? They have had gallbladder attacks or have had their gallbladder removed. At one time, I don't know if it's still true today, gallbladder surgery was the number one surgery in the United States. Does that mean that we don't need to worry about our liver? I think we do. And how do we work on that? We work on cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and kale. We add in garlic and ginger and lemon and lime. Those things are wonderful for our liver. And so we want to incorporate those. And did you notice that those are all different colors? So when we focus on different colors, we're also focusing on helping our liver with our plants and color. So what do? We create a plate with lots of vegetables. So I grew up with a meat and then veg. You kind of have to have a brain change there and think of veggies first. What veggies, what greens can I put on my plate first, and then create a meal from there? Lots of vegetables, quality proteins. Now, I am completely whole food plant-based. I don't eat any animal products. Some people do eat some cold water fish. Some people eat some different meats. There, I do have strict guidelines with eating meat because it's easily contaminated, high in hormones, things like that. And so when I help you choose the healthiest meats, if you do decide to use meats, they're not right for me. I prefer not to eat any. I've been whole food plant-based for 10 years now. So high quality protein, yes, you can meet all of your protein needs on a whole food plant-based diet. Healthy fats, so whole food fats, nuts, seeds, avocados, olives, all of our foods, whole foods, have at least trace amounts of fats, some much higher than others. And so making sure we're eating healthy fats in the right balance for our body. And then using herbs also for flavor and to add more color. And a lot of herbs are other leafy greens. We don't think about herbs as being leafy greens. And then if you tolerate fermented foods, if they're right for your gut right now, I want to add in fermented foods as well. So this week, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. So I talked about a lot of different things, but I'd like to start small, just one thing a week. So if you could just do one thing, it would be add color to one meal a day. You sit down, you look at your meal, you reflect. Maybe like I eat pretty much the same breakfast every day. If you follow me on Instagram, you see my breakfast is almost always the same. Sometimes I'll change the fruit. Sometimes I'll change the quantity of seeds or I'll swap them in or out or whatever. But I'll look at it and I'll be, okay, I have some blues, I have some red. Those are my berries, right? What could I do differently? Maybe I could add some mango tomorrow, right? Or maybe I could add, just something else to give it another color. Or maybe it's blue and red, so I'm going to make sure in lunch I have some yellow and some orange. Throw on some mini bell peppers, something like that. So my challenge for you is to just do that. Look at your plate, see is there color there? When you sit down, don't judge it. Just consider what could you do differently, and it'll start to become a habit if you do that every time. And that also helps you be more mindful about what you're eating so that you digest and absorb your meal much better. When we just eat it, shovel it all in, or drink it through a straw, we're not taking the time to be mindful of our food. We're not allowing those digestive juices to do their job to absorb those foods. I had a client who thought she was eating healthy. She was eating her salad every day. I love a giant salad for lunch every day. But, and she had eliminated gluten, she had eliminated sugar, she had eliminated dairy. But when we started really talking about how she was creating her salad, it was pretty much the same thing every day and really didn't have any other colors. So all we did is start adding some more colors to her plate, getting her used to adding more color to her meals, and her energy improved. She felt so energetic. She is so happy now, and her kids are all involved helping make it colorful at each meal as well. And once you get your kids doing that, I mean, they're great at pointing out, hey, I mean, my kids are adults now, but they'll point it out and go, hey, mom, you need to add something red to this. So I would love to know what color is missing from your plate. What color is the hardest to add to your plate? For me, I thought it would be purples, but I definitely do get my blues and my purples in every day. I think for me it's yellow, but what color? Hit reply. Let me know. I would love to hear it. Next week, we're going to talk about one of the most misunderstood foods that we have in the grocery store, in your garden. Here it is, peak summer season. Guess what it is? Tomatoes. Are they healthier if they're raw? Are they healthier if they're cooked? The answer can surprise you. Remember, everything that we eat becomes a part of our body. We are literally what we eat. So pay attention to that. Eat the rainbow, focus on color, and I will see you again next Monday.